right, Pro Dumpster Dive is back at it again. You guys had asked a question, when am I going to finally melt the gold? Well, here we are. I have these special gold scrap pieces here, which came from a project which basically didn't go through, and they are actually gold plated. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them inside of this garden piece here, and we're actually going to end up putting them in not flat but standing like that. Now I have about 22 pounds of them right now, okay, and they're all different sizes, arranged in different ways. And what we're going to do is we're going to put them inside of there right now. Okay, now we have to put them in before we put in our muriatic acid. We're using transigem muriatic acid, and we are using our regular hydrogen peroxide. So without further ado, let's us put these in. Now before you put them in, you do want to check them to make sure that there's no plastic on them or anything like that, and basically stack them as best as you can. And when we stack them, we need to make sure that the chemical that we put is going to go over them right now, which is very important. Okay, so you see how these are? Okay, we got to put them like that. And again, we can just basically put them in here right now, and then every now and then we'll come back and definitely end up doing that. So these have no components on them, which is good. All right. Ooh, I did not see this. Holy crap, this is, geesh, that is heavy. So we have to take the plastic off of that. And what we have is we have end pieces here. We can just put them on the side right there. Okay, we can just put those end pieces on the side. And that we've got to open. Oh boy. So I'm going to have to find a way to open that. Gotta have something in here right now. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we're going to open this. Okay, this is very, very important right now because we can't have it sitting in there tied up because the chemical needs access to it. So what we're going to do is cut it on one side here and then cut it on another side here, which should be able to. All right, let's get in there. Let's get in here. All right, let's take it up this way. Man, they put these things in thick. Okay, so this one is going one way. This is going another way. All right. Okay. And then we got to separate these. All right, now see how they look? All right, there's no components on them. It's just all gold scrap, which is definitely good. And we're going to put them in here, and we're going to separate these as best we can. Right now, take this tape off. Ooh, man. You can stack these bad boys up, man. Okay, so we have that. We'll take these off. We're going to put them inside. Okay. You guys do good packaging, whoever you are. All right. And so we're going to take these up and we're going to separate them each by each one. Okay. We're going to separate them right now as best as we can. Keep them away from that, and then put them in. And then once we have that separated, we are going to put them in. Okay, put those inside there as best as we can. You gotta always separate, because you got to make sure the chemical definitely gets in. Chemical to get in that. there's so many of them. Okay, all right, so we got them all separated. We got the tape off, as you can basically see. All right, okay. All right, finally got those done. Okay. All right, so we have our gold scrap in here. We have all inside. Now, we're going to put this for the record. This is 22 pounds gold-plated PCB boards, okay? And right now what we're going to do is we are going to put our chemical in there. Now, I'm not going to put this in here because there's too much tape on this. It just sucks, so I'm not going to bother. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to pour our transigem muriatic acid in here, okay? And we have to make sure that this fills everything up right now. So what I'm actually going to do is, because remember, when this gets heavy, this is going to get very heavy. Just put that right there. Okay. Now, while that's going in, we do want to put in our hydrogen peroxide, which is very important. Okay, now you're going to start to see some smoke, which is good. Okay, but remember, don't breathe it in. Now, I have a fan I'm going to turn on, and that fan is going to go ahead and move that smoke. All right, it's always good to have a fan whenever you're there. It's definitely good. Okay. Is it done yet? God damn, it's not done yet. Sheesh. Okay. Finally, one is done. All right. That's one container of transigem muriatic acid there. Okay, that is the #1 brand to use. There's a gentleman by the name of Street Tips, which also talks about its importance. Okay, so what we're also going to do is we're going to pour in another container, and this is, what is this, 1 gallon of that, because we have to make sure it hits the top. It has to go above all this other gold scrap in there. It has to, because if it doesn't, I'm not going to get any of it out. Okay, I'm going to leave that right there, and then I'm going to take my second container of hydrogen peroxide solution and put this in here. All right, so far we have 1 gallon and then 2, let's get the measurements of this here, 16 fluid ounces, so 2 gallons, that, and here at the time, okay? Good Lord. Give it time. Woo. All right. So, 2 gallons, and then 2 16 ounces. Somebody check if we can say maybe, what, 2 quarts? Okay, now, we've got most of it covered, but not all. Last part is this gallon here. I realized why I was taking too long to go out. This plastic here. Come on, buddy. All right. I'm going to put that in now. Leave that like that. Now that should be enough. If it isn't, we'll see. I have 1 more gallon to go. Hoping that's enough right now. Okay, so far, let's see what we have here. We have, that's going to be 3 gallons of our muriatic acid and 2 of our hydrogen peroxide. Damn, almost so close, so freaking close. Damn it. All right. So I'm going to have to use the third one there because, again, we do want to get it to get all the way up, which is important. So 1 more here. 1 more. Okay. And we're not going to fill it all the way up, just amount. Woo! All right, so 16 ounces in there. All right, so we have it in there. That's done. So what do we have so far? 22 pounds gold scrap is in there, and we're gonna wait. We got the bubbles, yes. We're gonna give it time to work out. All right, that's it. I'll add a little bit of hydrogen peroxide, and that will be all. All right, so for those of you saying, when are you gonna melt the gold scrap? Dude, I got it. It's on the way. It's on the way, okay? So far, this is what we have, okay? I'm gonna add a little bit of hydrogen peroxide. We're gonna let that go in, and that'll be it. Now, while we're doing that, we're also doing this. We're also reverse electroplating gold. We're taking our time to do that as well, but that's going to be too difficult to reverse electroplate right now. Okay. All right, guys. This is part 1 of our gold scrap cache. Okay. It's taking its time, but remember, don't rush. This is going to take at least 7 or 8 days to go through right now. Okay. All right. Is it still above? I'll get a glove and shove it in and twist it. All right. For Dumpster Diver, out for part 1.